Fuck is you telling me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Throw the Hook Podcast, episode 20. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got my bro Ty Finney, the legend, up in the building, man. What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Glad to be on. Easy day at work today. Got some hot topics in these boxing streets, man. Let's cook. Let's cook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I got everybody's favorite OG Boxing First vlog in the building. What's going on, big bro?
Man, I'm here to be honest, baby. TBT.
Absolutely. And per usual, Jay Will in the building, first one in the building, said, "What up, fellas? Loving the lives, man. Hey, man, we bringing them to you a couple times a week, man. You know, we appreciate you coming on here and supporting us, man, for sure." It's so much news out here in the sport of boxing, man. The return of Errol Spence Jr. Supposed to be fighting Tszyu, but I actually want to show you guys something, and I don't know if you've seen it. So I'm gonna cue this up. Let's see. Share the screen with y'all just a second. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Do you? It says
you want to read it?
Yes, I am. Errol Spence Jr. versus Tszyu, and it says this is by ESPN Ringside. It says former unified welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. will reportedly end his nearly 3-year hiatus from boxing for a June showdown with former junior middleweight champion Tszyu in Australia. Sources confirmed on Tuesday. The key words in that is in Australia. So I'm gonna get out of this real quick. Now, I tried to reach out to a couple of people when I seen that. Everybody was pretty much shocked, and we're actually trying to confirm that. Just vlog off top. Spence, Tszyu, what I just showed you, all your thoughts and feelings. Go ahead and cook up, bro.
It's a trash ass fight, bro. It's a trash ass fight, bro. Well, the year of boxing started off so good, and here we go, getting right back into them dredged swamp waters of boxing, where they start doing this bogus. Nobody asked for this. Who bid it for this fight? What rich person had enough money to waste on this non-consequential fight? The only person this will help is Tszyu. And then really, will it help Tszyu? Really? Let's be honest. Both of them got walked like little chihuahuas. So I'm just saying, bro, it's a trash fight. And you got to go to Australia. What cachet do Tszyu got where you got to go to his backyard and fight him? This dude is cheeks. He cellulite cheeks, bro.
He cellulite cheeks.
He cellulite cheeks, bro. He SSBBW cellulite cheeks, bro.
Damn.
He pear booty cheeks, bro.
Damn. 70-year-old grandmom cheeks.
Man, saggy cheeks, bro. Diaper cheeks, bro. And I ain't talking about baby diaper. Old raggedy bottom diaper cheeks, bro. Like this This has got to be the worst announcement for fights I've heard in a while, bro. Especially off a layoff and a dude that outside of the one blemish was like the guy in boxing for a few years. Thanks to PBC, thanks to, you know, shady call in the Porter fight. In my estimation, I thought it was a draw. At worst, he lost that fight. But that's neither here nor there. What we on now is this man having to get on a boat. I don't know if is he even gonna make it over there. He might drift off to another island and go grow some more dreadlocks. I mean, he out here looking like, hey man, me have 15 job, you know. How y'all deal with? Like, come on, man, come on. And then you clowning the dude for calling you out, talking about some, oh, well, he just want money. So what you going over there for free? What you going over there for some sandwiches? Come on, bro, stop it. Yeah, like I would have never even responded to Charlo if the next day, 24 hours later, this trash ass fight was gonna be announced. He shouldn't have said a motherfucking thing, bro. I'm salty at this fight, bro. I'm highly, as a boxer fan and pundit, highly upset at this fight. It's not gonna tell me. Hold up, bro. Let me finish. I'm laying right now. It's not gonna tell me where he's at. After 3 years and after a demolishing, this fight will not tell me where he's at.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, now I'm done. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
What kind of fight is this again?
Man, this a trash ass fight, bro. It's trash. Boiling garbage. Yeah, old school project garbage, bro. Shit that done fell 14 stories down. All out the bag, hitting all the sides of the wall. It's trash, bro. It's trash, bro. I'm sorry.
That's classic. That's blunt truth classic right there, man.
Be honest, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Ty Finney, the legend, man. What you think about Errol Spence versus Tszyu, and also this fight might be in Australia in Tszyu's backyard?
Yeah, it came to me as a shock. Like, Errol Spence has been out the ring for 3 years. Like, I honestly thought we would never even see him returning. So the fact that, you know, this guy held 3 belts in the welterweight division, you know, that proves something. But now this is at 154. So he has to test the waters. He has to take a soft touch. He has to take a tune up in a new weight class. So me personally, I'm cool with it. But as far as it being in Australia, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Maybe he's trying to prove something. I don't know. You know, I'm going to this guy's backyard. You know, it's my first fight back. I'm going to another country. Maybe he's trying to prove something to himself and to the fans. I don't know, but I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. But yeah, but like I said, this is a 3-year layoff. So, I mean, if this is Errol Spence that we know, he wins this. But like I said, new weight class, 3 years, you know, away from the sport. That's tough for me to call it.
Let me get in the comments real quick. My guy Jay Will, he said, I guess Tszyu is the tune-up for Spence, because I was surprised to see Tim is taking a tune-up before Spence. Well, see, Jay Will, that's the thing. Like, we were told initially that Tszyu was going to take a tune-up in Australia. But according to that post that I just showed you, they're saying the actual fight is in Australia. So we don't know if the post is actually accurate, inaccurate, in between. We really don't know. So we're trying to attack it from all angles, Jay Will. So we're not really sure. And he said PBC about to charge $100 for the pay-per-view. They damn sure about to charge about $100 for that pay-per-view as well. Let's see. Angela in the building said hi. Big shout out to you, Angela. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to Boxing First Vlog. Then subscribe to my guy, Ty Finney, the legend. And then subscribe to myself. You follow us, we follow you. We're going to show the love right back. My guy, Schmoove in the building. Said, what's up, G5? You know, we got to chop it up. Got a link. He go right for the link, bro. Big shout out to you, baby. I'll probably shoot it before the show over, though. just this whole Errol Spence and Tszyu thing, like I'm not gonna try to top a vlog. Just said like that was this absolute classic. But for me, it doesn't make sense to me on a couple of levels. So Errol Spence, Tszyu, if the fight is in Australia, like the fight being in Australia is not gonna make more money than the fight being in Texas. Like it's not gonna, it's gonna make more money in Texas. Jerry Jones will probably get involved with a fight like that. You know, he's a casual boxing fan. He don't know this fight is cheeks. He just, you know, he gonna see some fannies in the seats. He's gonna go support it. So I don't understand why the fight would be in Australia. Like, first of all, Tszyu doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve that at all.
Hey, do you think they did a feeler? Check the temperature. Found out this boy colder than the other side of the pillow on a Sunday morning.
Spence?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of filler they could have put out there.
I mean, your first play, the first way you would check is to check the area to see if he's getting their area supportive. People were interested in paying $150. You have to find out some way, however they find out this type of information for marketing purposes, whichever way they do it. I have no idea because I'm not in marketing. But what I'm asking is, do you think that's something that played a part in it coming out so early that it's in Australia?
I'm leaning more towards the post is wrong. I've seen
that. If you check my video, in my video, there are 3 or 4 stories from different news outlets that have it based in Australia. So is everybody wrong? Everybody misled?
Well,
like that lawsuit?
But I'm seeing 2 stories though. I'm seeing the one where it's saying the actual fight's going down in Australia. Then there's other stories saying that his tune-up is in Australia. So it's 2 different stories out with Australia. So we're eventually going to have to clear this up. But it is conflicting stories out there. And another thing, vlog, Tszyu, you got to have a tune-up fight for somebody that's been out for 3 years.
That's the misleading story right there. That can't be right.
That's why I said we got to clear it up because it's 2 highly conflicting stories. Like I don't understand none of it, to be honest.
Yeah, he's too much of a veteran of the game to be forced into a cupcake fight and then a quote unquote money fight or you know big stage fight. Like he's too much of a vet, former champ. That's the story I don't believe.
If anything, Spence is the one that would need a tune-up before because he's been out for 3 years. So I just it's some stuff with this story that just don't make sense to me.
I mean, to be honest, bro, they both tune-ups. Like to be honest, at this particular stage in their careers, that's why I said we're not going to find anything out.
Who the favorite?
It has to be Errol. He doesn't have the wear and tear that Tszyu has, and Tszyu's wear and tear is recent. At least Errol has had 3 years from the car accident and then the just BTA situation he took. I mean, because that was epic. That was epic belt to ass. Epic ending to such a buildup, such a clash that everybody expected. The chess match, like it was terrible, and for an ending result of, you know what I mean, like to think that this is going to be a little bit of back and forth, it's going to really be a war, so to speak. No, that was just a mauling. So I think they both cheats technically, based on the fact that your timing going to be off. Obviously, you, like I said, you've been on the island somewhere. So what's your psyche like? You on that Ja Rastafari, you probably like got flutes and violins on your brain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, bro, he probably thinking of a fruit parfait and sitting in a canoe somewhere.
Yo, bro. Yo, you know another thing, man, I was thinking about with this Errol Spence and Tszyu fight. You know, this is I'm thinking like, is this fight gonna be on Amazon? Like PBC is supposedly having an Amazon deal. So I'm like, that's another angle where it doesn't make sense. You mean to tell me you're gonna put a fight on Amazon in Australia? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, like at all.
The Thurman Fundora situation don't make sense. It's a lot going on in boxing right now. Where, like I said, we start off hot year, bro. Nice matchups.
Vlog, there's a lot going on with PBC that don't make no sense, right?
Bro, that's a flaming hot mess over there too, bro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what their offices look like? Papers everywhere, staplers all upside the walls. I mean, coffee cups spilled over. It's a mess in them offices right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay Will, he said, I wanted Spence versus Thurman personally, but can't be mad at Keith taking the title shot. Well, the thing is, Keith Thurman hasn't done anything in years to even deserve the opportunity.
I got a response. I think this fight is the base because I'm sure they believe that Keith Thurman is going to lose against Fundora. Just too much of a physical difference. Thurman's never been a KO guy, so is he really going to be able to hurt Fundora even if he can get to him? Height advantage, reach advantage. That's just such a sloppy type of fight. It's going to end up the same way Lubin ended up. You know what I mean? I don't even think Thurman gonna get lucky and catch him in those situations. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I think they're judging what Spence does against Tszyu to see if they can match him up with Fundora, because that's their biggest situation right now. They have, since he's back, the biggest fight that they can produce as a promotional company towards their distributors, satellite wise, or you know what I mean, viewership wise. They got to present a fight like that. Fundora Spence, it's got to be a fight like that. Other than that, what else they got going on?
Yeah, it's slim pickings over there at PBC. But a lot of that story just overall doesn't make any sense. And what's going on with PBC right now is really not making any sense. But we gonna get into another part of PBC a little bit later on. But Jay Will said, I wonder who is training Spence. It's a good question. I don't know. You've been out for 3 years. You don't know anything. You don't know who the cut man is. You don't know who the trainer is. You don't know who gonna be doing the mitts. You don't know anything. You just know he got locks. He coming back to fight.
Bro, I hope he cut that shit off, because that shit is not gonna look good in no goddamn fight, bro. He looked like a move member, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
He's looking real silly out here with that shit on his head, bro.
My guy Smooth, he said, Spence versus Thurman. I do think Spence needs to clean up the business. He doesn't have to fight Ennis or Vergil. That isn't his era. Smooth. I don't know what to think of this.
Do he think Thurman is going to win that fight?
I don't know. Smooth, you think Thurman gonna win that fight? I don't think Thurman lasts 5 rounds. Me personally, I don't think he lasts 5 rounds in that fight.
That's gonna be the ugliest, holdingest, clumsiest looking fight ever.
Fundora gonna be smacking him all over the ring, bro. At least with Lubin had a lot of success in that fight, and he just lost a dog fight. That was a good old fashioned dog fight, and he just lost a dog fight.
Man, that shit took about 5 years off Lubin life, bro.
It did. It did.
That turned the clock up on him.
Yeah, it definitely turned the clock up for sure. Then we had another announcement, just kind of out of the clear blue. Jerron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz is allegedly close to being signed, supposed to be signed this week, and it's supposed to be April 2026 in Vegas. Now, before I speak on it, Vlog, when you heard that news, like kind of what kind of went through your brain?
Man, I put the tinfoil kufi on, bro. I put the tinfoil kufi on. This shit makes no sense to me, bro. It really doesn't. I know that they're doing their best to not create another Terrence Crawford, to not find that lane for such a dominant individual in the ring. That's what I believe. There's some conspiracy going on. I think Eddie Hearn even a part of it to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just weird that the boy is supposed to be contracted to fight this man now that he won that IBF belt, but the first thing he do is run around calling somebody else out. Then he's supposed to be the number one contender for the WBA title. That's Xander Zayas. Now all of a sudden, Brandon Adams is the number one contender for the WBO title. It's a little bit of, and all of a sudden the lawsuit's not to be mentioned. What happened with the lawsuit? Like, is there an issue or is there not an issue, bro? It's weird, bro. It's just, I don't like it. I don't see Boots getting a title opportunity in 2026, and I think it was set up for the timing of this particular fight. Like they said, okay, if we're gonna be forced to fight him by Dazan, we're going to make sure it doesn't pay off for him. Because there's a timing thing with the actual champions. You see what I mean? He's getting ready to fight. They're going to be off or second or developing their secondary options outside of him being the number one contender across the board just based on common sense. But obviously they don't apply any of that when it comes to the rankings or whatever. So it's all set up for him to be out of loop, out of the kind of, oh, well, it's just, well, see, that's just how boxing goes. And it's all like some conspiracy theory type of shit to me. You know what I mean? Excuse my French. I don't mean to get like that on the show, even though we all adults. I know might be a little youngster in the building. You know how they pop up on it, talking about their grandma let them get on the internet.
We gonna leave that where it is, but my guy Schmoove, he said it's not about Thurman winning that fight, it's about Spence handling his business. Thurman versus Spence was before Spence versus Crawford. I guess he's talking about Thurman and Spence supposedly were supposed to fight before the Spence Crawford. It's Smooth, to be honest with you, bro. That news is so old, man. Like I don't care what. I don't even consider that his business anymore. Like he's just somebody that's just been off for 3 years. He's just been off the radar. So he ice cold. Smooth said that's part of his story. It is a part of his story, but sometimes your story can get outdated too. And ain't nobody checking for Spence and Thurman. That's about 10 years too late. You know?
Yeah, Thurman 5 years past any superior ability he might have had and what level it topped off 5 years ago. If he still got fight in him, it's just fight. It ain't no real top tier 150-pound king of the hill type of skill. It's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like, what has he shown us really when he had his little 2-3 year run when PBC was hot? Not really much, because you didn't fight Boots. You didn't fight Porter. A lot of non-fighting going on over there.
Yeah. A Legend, what you think about the Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz situation with it, them saying it's close to being done? Were you a little surprised by that?
Yeah, I was surprised for sure. But like you were saying on the last show, Boots he's gotta do something. He's gotta fight somebody. But this was the fight that I was calling for years. Even though there's no major title on the line, this is the one I wanted years ago. You know, I've seen both guys fight live. I do think Boots wins this. I think Boots got more tools in his toolbox. To me, Vergil's the guy that comes forward. But in this past few fights, you know, with Bud, Chuck, and Madrimov, he showed me a little more elements to his game. So I'm expecting it to be a firefight, man. It's in Vegas. I'm expecting it to be fireworks, but I got Boots winning.
Yeah. I was really confused because Vlog, I had a lot of the same thoughts you stated. I was like, I could have sworn there was a lawsuit between Vergil Ortiz and Golden Boy. I could have sworn Oscar De La Hoya had an issue with his own because he doesn't have a contract yet. Golden Boy has not renewed their contract with the zone. And then this news comes out saying, hey, everything's pretty much done. We're getting ready to sign this fight. It's going to be in April. 2026 in Vegas, and I'm like, what happened to the lawsuit? What happened to the Golden Boy contract with the Zone? Did they renew that? What's going on with Oscar De La Hoya and Vergil Ortiz manager? They was getting at each other pretty good. Like I didn't see anything come across the news saying the lawsuit got thrown out or it got settled out of court. I didn't see anything. So this is another set of news where I'm kind of like, it's kind of just, it leaves you with more questions. It leaves you with a lot more questions. I will believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. But as far as right now, I haven't seen anything for me to believe that is happening. I know that's what they announced, but
I'm with you on that. I gotta say it to believe it too, man.
Again, saying that, does any of that give him a title opportunity anytime this year? Saying what y'all just said. Now, after y'all said that, do y'all believe now he gets a title opportunity before the end of 2026?
I think he can get Josh late. He wouldn't get Xander Zayas though, because I think the Brandon Adams news that was key news, because that's a mandatory that Top Rank can pretty much control. So that could be a title defense for Xander Zayas. That's
but is it so? What would take prevalence, the WBA title or the WBO title?
Well, for Boots, Eddie Hearn has more control over the Josh Kelly situation because he got options on him.
But that's not my question. What takes more prevalence when it comes to mandatories in the Zayas Xander situation? Would it be the WBO or the WBA?
My answer is still the same, because when it comes down to it, right? Listen to me. When it comes down to it, if Ennis and Hearn, they have to go to the WBA and actually exercise that. They have to actually exercise that. Once they exercise that, then that takes precedent. Until they do that, the Josh Kelly situation, Eddie Hearn has more control over it. Boots Ennis and Eddie Hearn has to make a move on Xander Zayas. As far as Josh Kelly, everything is pretty much set. They don't have to make a move. Like Eddie Hearn controls Josh Kelly's next two moves. So it depends. It depends on what Eddie Hearn and Boots want to do. If they exercise the WBA, then Brandon Adams doesn't matter. But if they don't, Brandon Adams probably getting a shot. It's probably getting a shot. It's so much of a wait and see with this situation. It's crazy. If the Vergil Ortiz happens in April and Boots wins, then I could see him getting Josh Kelly late in the year, because he can't move without Eddie Hearn. He can't move without him. So I can see it happening late. The Xander Zayas one is the one that I don't see this year. I don't see that this year. I can see Uncle Bob Arum with some nonsense and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a valid question though. It's a valid question for sure. Definitely. You know, because I'm like, what fight is more important for Boots? Is it the Kelly fight or is it the Ortiz fight? Which one's more relevant?
To me, both of them dudes is fucking garbage comparing them to Boots.
Hold on. I ain't asked you that. Which one is more relevant,
bro? Listen, bro, it's hard to say because neither one of them gonna fight.
I'm talking about the importance.
I understand. Now I'm doing what you just did to me. I'm answering your question. I'm answering it, but it's not direct the way you want it to be. Both these dudes are going to be forced to fight. So is it actually going to be good fights where there's of importance, where there's going to be accomplishment equated to Boots? And I stated that in my video. Like, yo, bro, the way these dudes, the way Kelly approached his world title opportunity was not that of somebody looking to conquer. The way the situation with Vergil Ortiz seeming to be backed into this fight is not seeming like somebody is coming in with a warrior's mentality and is going to actually give us a deserving contest. So but based on the title, it should be Kelly. But based on outcome of the fight and being exciting, I don't think so.
Okay. Legend, what fight do you think is more relevant for Boots? Is it the Josh Kelly fight with a title on the line, or the Vergil Ortiz fight, which is the fight that everybody wants to see?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think the fight with Vergil is the one the fans want. The fans definitely want that. But the best business move to me is to get the title. You're in a new division. A lot of guys are bashing you for fighting Lima, and you got an opportunity on your hands, to fight for a title. To me, that's the best business move. But on the other hand, the fans want the Vergil fight. So it's a tough decision, man. But that's between you.
Okay. All right. You saying a lot of people bashing him for Lima. Lima signed the contract. You can only fight who signs the contract.
They still bashing him though, bro.
Yeah, I'm not bashing him.
All right. No, I'm just saying. All right. Well, those that are bashing him are the same people that think that Vergil Ortiz is going to give them a fight that he don't want to give them. So why are you as a fan supposedly saying, "Oh, that's the fight I want," when your man is showing you he don't want the fight?
I agree with everything you said, but we still want to see it.
I'm asking for. I just ask intelligent questions. I look at things very simple, baby. It's based on common sense and the natural understanding of life. What are you like? None of that makes any sense to me.
Vlog. Even though Lima signed the contract and he only can fight the person that signed the contract, it still don't make it a trash ass fight. It was still a trash ass fight. That was a trash ass fight, bro.
Hey, that's not
Vlog. We got to keep it solid though. Let's keep it solid.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking. If you listen to my video, I said the same thing. Exactly. He ain't gonna get no credit no matter what this motherfucker does, because it's all going to be designed and set up. Well, did it really?
But I asked you, was it a trash ass fight?
Yeah, it's a trash ass fight. Both
That's
of them that we talked about.
That's all I wanted.
That we talked about are trash ass fights. Trash ass fights.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, bro. That's all I wanted. Go ahead,
Jeff. If you ask me personally, I'd rather see him fight Vergil.
Okay.
Vergil, like I said, Vergil, to me, Vergil's the guy. He's going to bring it. To me, he's going to bring it. He's going to go all out. Josh Kelly, I don't see him doing that. I see Josh Kelly doing what he was doing in the Backman fight. I think between the styles, I say Vergil brings it. Josh Kelly uses his footwork. That's just my opinion. So me, if I'm as a hardcore boxing fan, I want to see a fight. So I would have rolled with Vergil.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody forced to fight, because that means they not coming with their A game. They not bringing strategy. They not bringing willingness. That you're forced to do something. You're not going to do your best. It's just human being natural. It's just natural way of human beings.
Me personally, Vlog, I don't even think it's Vergil. I think it's Oscar. Me personally, I don't think Vergil's scared of the smoke. I think he's gonna come in there and fight. I think it's Oscar.
Okay. All right. Well, you tell it. I'm just you. I can only go off what you. I'm not saying what you're saying. What's happening with that camp? What happened at that ring? What happened backstage? Then to turn around and be with this lawsuit, that's too much theater going on over there. None of that says, "Oh, yo, we getting ready. We got road work tape out. We got sparring dudes coming in lined up. We getting ready." That's none of that showing me that they getting ready. So why do I want to see something you're not getting ready for?
I agree with your premise, but I think when fight night happens, I think Vergil won't show up. I think he's gonna show
Now he ain't got no choice if he don't want the money.
But yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna show up and he will put on a better fight than Josh Kelly will.
I hope so for boxing fans' sake, not even for Boots' sake, not because none of that shit will matter in the long run with the outcome of either one of them fights when it comes to skill versus skill, desire versus desire.
I agree. I mean, Boots beats Josh Kelly. He beats Vergil Ortiz. I don't even think that's the discussion. I think everyone is pretty much in agreement with that. Even Vergil Ortiz fans are hesitant in him taking the fight against Boots. So I haven't heard too many people saying they like Boots in the fight. I mean, they like Vergil Ortiz in the fight. I'm sorry. So, me personally, if in a perfect world, if Boots can get Vergil Ortiz and Josh Kelly in the same year, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But Kelly, I can see that being that might look worse than the Bakram fight. That might look worse than the Bakram fight because
Boots is way better. Boots cut that ring off way better than Bakram. And Bakram didn't even attempt to cut the ring off, so I think that'll be shorter.
But I would say probably the one thing with Boots is the one fight where he needed to cut the ring off, he really didn't, and that was that was the first Karen fight. Now, you could say he was playing, but he said it himself. He did a bad job of cutting the ring off. He said it out his own mouth
because he was playing. He's young.
You can say, listen. You can. I'm just saying, but it had whether he was playing or not, it happened. So he would have to not play around.
Nobody ever said it ain't hard to catch a chicken. I'm just telling you, it's hard to catch a chicken, baby. Trust me.
Well, he'll be doing a lot of chasing in that fight.
But,
with that being said, he would have to show a little bit more patience, set a few more traps, and be a little more diplomatic about it than he was in the first Karen fight.
Man, I will walk out there with my hands behind my back. Walk that man down with no guard.
Well, the thing is, we would need for Josh Kelly to kind of stand still and put up a fight.
And he still won't. This is how bad that fight would be. Boots will go out there with his hands behind his back, and Josh Kelly still won't throw no punches.
Yeah. Smooth said, yes, we are. He said, plenty of people are. That fight will sell. We'll disagree on this. I guess he's talking about Thurman and Spence. But I don't think a lot of people will buy that. I don't think a lot of people will buy that.
Hey, have you bought Thurman and Fundor? If you haven't bought Thurman and Fundor, you're not buying Thurman and Spence.
Legend, you think people would buy Spence and Thurman? Like, you think people still interested in that?
Not really, man. Like years ago, but not now, man. It just don't have that. They don't have the intensity behind it. Not at all, man. Years ago, yeah, but not now.
Yeah, I'm not man. Smooth. I ain't saying it, bro. I ain't saying it. Jay Will said Boots Vergil in 2026 is the biggest fight for both guys. Both guys 28 prime, ready to go. I just hope it all comes to fruition. Yeah, I mean, I want to see the fight too. Like, and the main reason I want to see Vergil Ortiz and Boots is because there's never really been a fight where Vergil Ortiz don't bring it offensively. So we're gonna see somebody actually trying to get at Boots, and I like that. That's gonna make for a better fight, more entertainment for us. You know.
Okay, but you talking about him bringing it to guys offensively that have already had their shields dented in, so to speak. Never been an offensive threat in their own right, so he's only fighting dudes that's lost.
You think Vergil running in that fight?
I didn't say he was running. I'm just telling you. You saying he gonna bring it? I'm talking about who he's bought it against.
Right, but if he's bought it in every single fight, I think he's gonna bring it against Boots too. I've never seen him run.
He ain't never fought nobody like Boots either. So
but that's why we want to see the fight, though.
I don't see why when he don't want to see it. When he don't want to see it.
At least with Vergil, you know, offensively, he's gonna bring it. That's different than Josh Kelly. I'd rather see Vergil than Josh Kelly, even with the belt situation.
I'd rather see somebody swing with intent than out of fear.
So a legend. Watch this, bro. Watch this. A vlog. Who would that be?
Yes.
Who would that be?
Who would what be?
Who would swing with intent against Boots?
Right now? Shit. Probably Charlo. Right now, I think that's the only person. I think Fundora. Yeah, Fundora. I give Fundora too. I'm thinking of a couple names. Fundora. Even if he went up the middleweight, Laura. It's a few guys that will actually be like, you know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm going out on my shield.
I think Bachram will throw hands.
Yeah, but Bachram will get slept because he's too slow. You know what I mean? But you're right. I know. Right? I'm just saying. But I'm being honest with you. A dude that showed me that eye to eye, that was eye to eye from a little brother to a big brother. That was like, I really don't want to fight you, but I could do the standoff with you, like, like my spine straight. But it's really turning into a noodle as this water boils up under me.
I think Zayas will put up a good fight too, though.
He try. They'd all try.
For sure. Yeah,
they all get stonewashed, homie.
Jay Will said Robert Garcia will have Vergil at his best, but I do have Boots. Yeah, Robert Garcia is a good trainer. That's a good combination, but that's why that would be Boots' best opponent. That'll be Boots' best opponent by far in his career, and that's the main reason why people want to see Boots. Are we disagreeing with that, sir?
Yeah.
Who's Boots' best opponent?
Stan Jonas was his best opponent. Stan Jonas had a belt.
He's not better than Vergil.
Man, Stan Jonas will beat the brakes off of Vergil Ortiz. Stan Jonas, bro. Man, Stan Jonas. I put money on Stan Jonas before I put money on Vergil.
Vlog.
In that fight.
I don't know what new strand of weed you smoking over there, brother.
Bro,
Stan Jonas won't stand a chance against Vergil, bro. Hell no.
Why you think that?
First of all,
what is Vergil doing?
First of all, he don't fight at 54. That's the first thing,
bro. That's a 7-pound difference. That's a 7-pound difference. It's not major. It's not that serious. It's not. Stop, Jeff. Stop, bro.
We talked about this in other shows with other people. That jump, that's a big jump. That's a big jump, bro. That's a big jump. Stan Jonas wouldn't beat Vergil.
It may be a big jump when you talking 140 to 147. You know what I mean? When you talking 130 to 140, those are big jumps. But when you already in the ballpark of 147 to 150, 4 more pounds is not a big jump, bro.
Yes,
that's like
is, bro.
No, bro.
Welterweight and
what welterweight? What welterweight?
That's a big difference.
What welterweight do we know in the history is coming through borderline on all his titles or all his welterweight fights? 145, barely making 146. None of them welterweights are doing that, bro. So say that a Stan Jonas cannot match up against a Vergil Ortiz, who is not the biggest 154-pound dude that there ever's been in boxing in the first place.
But Stan Jonas is a small 47. That's my point, bro. He's a small
Stan
47.
Jonas is muscular. Stan Jonas is a very muscular. He's a little shorter. He's a little
small. He's a small 47, bro. It's no way, bro. You know what? We're gonna put a poll up. Who would win between
you? This your show. You do it. You do it.
I have no problem with it. You know the only person that'll vote for Stan Jonas? You. Then you be the only one to vote.
Yeah, because I can analyze boxing better. And I'm telling you, Vergil Ortiz is not doing anything in that ring that's special. Outside of he can come forward. Come forward. I step to the side and I pop you in your mouth. If you hit me with a jab, he not walking down. He not walking down that Stan Jonas jab at 154.
He'll beat Stan Jonas.
All right. This version of Stan Jonas, not the Stan Jonas that won the title and that was on his little run that he went on. This version of Stan Jonas, an older version of Stan Jonas,
Stan Jonas has never been better than Vergil, bro. Even with the belt, he's never been better than Vergil.
Okay, you think so?
Never been
Wait, I appreciate you hyping up the fight to make it look better outcome for Boots. When in all honesty, in the long run, he's not going to get any credit
I'm
for
doing you a favor.
dog walking somebody that didn't want to fight him in the first place.
Hey, Flo,
That's all they gonna say. Remember, I said that, bro. Remember, I said that.
Here's the thing, though. When Boots gets the victory, Vergil's probably the only person he's gonna get credit against. That's why everybody want to see it, bro. That's why everybody want to see it.
All right.
Now,
bro.
do I think Vergil is an A-level fighter? No, I don't. But Boots ain't got no A-level fighters on his resume. This would be the best fight on his resume. Stan Jonas would be second. I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure. And I like Stan Jonas.
Man,
I like Stan Jonas.
Garbage. You can't compare none of these dudes. All of these dudes on his resume is the same. Stan Jonas is the same as Lima. Vergil is the same as Lima.
So you said
they all garbage, Lima. Right?
You said
they all Lima.
Right? They all garbage?
They all Lima compared to
What's
Boots.
Lima?
They all Lima.
What's Lima?
Lima is the last dude he fought.
I just want you to say it. I just want you to say it, bro. We both thinking the same thing. What's Lima?
They trash.
So how Vergil not his best opponent?
If you trash, you can't be the best at being trash. Who's the best? I'm better garbage than you. Like, what kind of argument is that?
Hey, legend. Yo, I put up a joint. I put up a joint called what I call it, debate something. G5 versus Vlog. This gonna be the second installment of it. I love Vlog, yo.
Man, bro, they trash. You got me on the stand, Jonas. I'll give you that. I'm just putting some shit out there, but I'll give you that.
Can I ask you this question and we can land in the middle of the street together?
Yes, sir.
Stan Jonas is better than Josh Kelly?
Damn. Fuck. Fight style, yes. Okay. Actual ability, no.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Because this is boxing.
Fair.
Foot movement.
Fair.
Ring generalship, all of that. Kelly does apply some of that in his game. Fair. So,
fair.
No.
That's fair. Smooth, he said, honestly, Zayas is the next big fight for Boots. Belts, name, solid skills, but I'll take Vergil, no problem. It's a good fight to make Boots a bigger name. Boots will be a bigger name when he beats Vergil. He'll be a bigger name. For sure. You know what the real problem is while we still having this argument. This is all Al Heyman. He ain't my uncle. Your Uncle Al, this all his fault. Why would you fuck with Salvation Promotions? Let Boots hang around on the undercard. It's Selena Promotions, bro.
You know who I'm talking about, bro. I forgot. Anyway, you let Boots hang around on these undercards and show his skills and tease, but you don't never let him fight none of the dudes that you did nothing with, but build up one fighter. He built up one fighter to get that fighter demolished. Didn't get no deal with Terrence Crawford behind that. And look what happened. They fell off the map of boxing.
I blame, listen, you know the one thing that I don't like, bro, when it comes down to Boots, man, and I'm talking about the Boots detractors. Like, they'll say, like, oh, well, he ain't fighting nobody. I'm like, you can point at the top 5 to 10, 147 to 154 pounders, and they've ran. Like, I know the people that's turned down Boots fights behind closed doors. I ain't gonna put the names out there. But I know there's some of your favorite fighters that turned down Boots over the last couple of years. So he's a very avoided fighter. And the people that are detractors, I'm like, if you got something against Boots, right? Tell your favorite fighter to sign a contract. That's all. Tell your favorite fighter to sign a contract.
Tell your favorite fighter you paying for the pay-per-view. Prepay for it. I'll prepay for it if you sign the contract.
Yeah, and that be the thing. I'll be like, don't say that he don't have a resume and he ducking smoke when your favorite fighter is not willing to fight him. Like I said, I don't think there's 5 fighters in the sport. If Turkey Al-Sheikh said, hey, I got a big bag of money, I need 5 people to come up that want to fight Boots. I don't think 5 people will step up.
Yeah, Some people think about the L and the embarrassment of an L to somebody they avoided. That's why I think y'all might be right. This fight probably don't happen. You done went off with the flagrant. That's a flagrant foul of a lawsuit. This a flagrant foul, bro. This is worse than a low blow in boxing, bro. This weak ass shit, bro. I hope the fight happened just so Boots don't knock him out. That he put foot to ass all night just to play with him.
Smooth said he wasn't playing, and Boots did struggle to cut that ring off in the Karen fights. Not this. I don't believe the second one. No, the first one. Vlog said he was playing with his food. In that first fight,
it happens.
Smooth said the fight would be good, but I think Vergil will find a way. He's still learning. Let's see. Ben Green in the building, man. Big shout out to you, family. He said if Vergil team was acting how they were about fighting Boots in public, imagine how people were acting behind closed doors. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. And Ben Green, let me tap in with you on that. Let me tap in with you. Actually, this is our first time seeing you too, bro. So if you're not subscribed, man, please subscribe to G5 Jeff TV. To hop over to In This Corner podcast, subscribe to him. To hop over to my guy Boxing First Vlog, subscribe to him. Subscribe to us. We're gonna subscribe to you. Show us love. We're gonna show it right back. You know the main thing that annoys me, bro, and I know you just listen to vlog and I go back and forth as far as Vergil and all that. Like that's just something that we do. But we 9 times out of 10 we end up landing in the same spot on the street. The one thing that I really, really hated was when Boots hopped in that ring after the Lubin fight. They get to talking and all that, and he directly goes to the press conference and starts talking about Errol Spence. That right there, that's the one instance where I will be on vlog side of the street with that. When you do stuff like that, that's where I'm like, okay, it looked like you pump faking. It looked like you don't want it too. I know your promoter don't want it. I know your handlers don't want it. Now it looked like you don't want it. You just invited them to California. You had them hop in the ring. You don't say, hey, the Boots fight is next. It's going down next. You say, oh, then he put the sauce on it, bro. He put the sauce on it. He said the Spence fight would be a dream come true in Texas. That's what he said. And I'm just like, it sounded like you just went face to face with Errol Spence after the Lubin fight, not Boots. So when you have people like Vlog talking the way he's talking, it's stuff like that feeds into it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to keep it solid. We got to keep it solid across the board. You understand what I'm saying? But we're going to touch on like 2-3 more topics and get up out of here. We 53 minutes in. So we have we got F.A. Ajagba and Charles Martin going down this weekend on the 15th. Y'all got a prediction on that?
I might go with Effie.
Going with Effie?
Yeah, I think Effie, Effie's gonna stand right in front of him, duke it out. I see Martin being a little wild. But I think Effie will keep his composure. Whatever Martin throws, he'll keep his composure. So
okay.
I mean, it's a tricky fight in my estimation. They both got long jabs. F.A. could be younger in boxing years, but age-wise, I have no idea because he's African, so I don't know how old that motherfucker is, honestly. But that's a tricky fight, bro. I mean, because Charles Martin, he might got one more left in him. You know what I mean? He might got one more, and he got a little sneaky bit of power, too. We know F.A., the whiskers ain't the strongest at the heavyweight division. Tricky fight, bro. Give me F.A., man.
Yeah, I'm a ride with y'all. I'm gonna go with F.A. Ajagba simply because I just think I think F.A. Ajagba is a little stronger with his punches. Charles Martin a little more unstable with his shots. I really don't like his hooks, that he throws. He's just a little more unstable, offensively. FA is, even though he's a straight up and down fighter, straight shots get to the target.
FA go to the body a lot more too. Charles Martin is not a body puncher, so
not at
that
all.
might come into play.
Yeah, not at all. I could see, to be honest with you, I could see FA Ajagba. I could see him
stopping him.
Stoppage. Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Within the first 6, I could see it.
I always call FA. I always say he's a watered down version of Wilder. Like, I think he can put more intensity behind his punches, but he don't really have no intensity. I wouldn't say he don't really got much dog in him, but I think he can have more dog in him. Like, he can really duke it out with these guys, but it just seems like he holds back in a sense, if that makes sense.
He been looking better the last few fights since his jump around. He went over top rank with PBC. That little run around he been doing is looking like he been fighting harder to kind of find a home and get somebody to really stick by him. So I've been seeing a little bit of that, more of that punching effort that try to get these fights over with, sort of, instead of like, I'm gonna keep waiting for the knockout to come. It's like he's more, I'm going for the knockout more now.
Yeah, it almost seemed like I kind of compare it to like Erislandy Lara when he got older in age. You know what I mean? He started changing his style up a little bit, started adding some different elements, and it wasn't just about moving. With FA Ajagba, it seemed like he's putting a little bit more effort into his shots. He's a little more busier now with the punches. A little more punch variety as well. With FA before, you was only getting a jab, straight right hand, straight down the pike. You know what I'm saying? So FA is, it looks like he's trying to broaden his horizons, but I don't think Charles Martin has. So we all like FA Ajagba in the fight. That's cool. Hey, Smooth, you got to jump in on Thursday, bro. If I let you in here, we're going to be in here for another hour. We getting up out of here. GA Files, big shout out to you, bro. Said Charles Martin lacks skill, but maybe one more in him. I think Charles Martin going to come in and fight a good fight. I just don't think he's better than Ajagba. Like, I think Ajagba eventually is going to land something heavy and get him.
Ajagba, you got to look at it this way. Ajagba is obviously the fresher. Martin, he getting long in the tooth, bro. So you gotta. That's, you know what I mean. How much effort is Martin really gonna put into this situation? You know what I mean. So
yeah,
I think just based on a lot of this knowledge that we talking about, and these all facts. This ain't hyperbole. These is all facts. You got to go with FA.
Yeah, and I kind of got some insider information too, because Charles Martin used to work with my guy Padman McGriff. He worked with him before the Big Baby Anderson fight. So he was long in the tooth with that fight, you know what I mean, as well. So GA Files, he said, does Charles Martin retire if he loses? Probably not. If he keeps fighting, okay, cool. Jay Will said Martin on a 2-week notice. You good over there, brother? No, you good. Jay Will said Martin on 2 weeks notice was putting hands on Jared Anderson a full camp. I got him winning that fight. Well, the thing about it, he had it on I think it was like a 2-3 week notice. He was working with my guy McGriff before that, like before he got the call. So he was in the gym. He had good moments against Jared Anderson, but Jared Anderson is sloppy too, though. Jared Anderson gonna give you more opportunities to land than a FA Ajagba, because FA Ajagba is very tall. He's tall and he's straight up and down. So you got to kind of show some angles to get the FA Ajagba. With Jared Anderson, his defense is his offense. So anybody that's willing to throw back against Jared Anderson, I think they're gonna have success. I don't think he's very good defensively. If you got him winning a fight, man, put some bread on it, Jay Will. I know he a plus couple hundred. You know what I mean? You win some good money on that. Say Vlog True, FA the fresher opponent. Yeah. With these heavyweights, that's how I evaluate a lot of heavyweight fights. Like, who's the fresher fighter? Like, who has the tread on the tires? You know what I mean? That's how I evaluate a lot of the heavyweight fights. But I think that's going to be a good one. And I think the last one is they announced Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is going to be
Fabio
playing
Worley,
Fabio Worley. It's
WBO.
supposed to be this summer. I think it's supposed to be this summer, I think. But I think that's going to be a really good fight. Real quick before we get up out of here, who y'all like in that one? Worley and Dubois.
I like Worley.
Okay. Legend, who you like in that fight between Fabio Worley and Daniel Dubois?
And it's tough for me because Worley, his confidence is sky high right now. And we've seen Dubois, we know he's been stopped a few times now, but I think Dubois is more like he don't got the dog in him. I mean, he don't get me wrong, he got the dog in him, but he got the dog in him and he don't got the dog in him. Right. We see how he acts when the going gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I can see him in the position like if he gets hurt or like he's kind of going to give up. So it's a tough fight, man. I say whoever lands the big one first. So I might roll with Worley in this one, man. But Dubois, man, he got dominate in both hands, man. A lot of power for sure.
But that's the thing. And if you look at that fight real quick, you got a boxer puncher versus a puncher that's trying to still learn how to box. So I'm going to go with the boxer puncher who's going to at least come out with the jab, doesn't throw a lot of hooks. I'll take the straights to the hooks. The straights coming from a distance, they going to get there before you get close to get them hooks off. So I'm rolling with Worley just based on the punch selection. Youth, again, less wear and tear, even though he had a little war here recently. But,
right.
a lot of recovery time, though. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he's smart, he could box, stick to the 1-2, stay on the outside, make the slow foot dude try to track you down, make him pay for it. Let him walk into something. Don't go force the fight and find yourself in another war. So I think if he plays it smart, he can make it an easy night.
I'm gonna go with Dubois, but I might change my mind. I'm a little 50-50 on it. The thing with Dubois is he's really hit or miss. And he's extremely dangerous first 2, 3, 4 rounds of a fight. And the thing with Worley goes long periods of time just not providing good boxing in fights. He'll put it together late or he'll put it together to get a guy up out of there, but he goes a very long time, rounds on top of rounds, just not providing quality boxing. He has the skills. But
that's why I was saying if you keep it simple.
I don't know if he's capable of keeping it simple. I would like to see it because I believe he has the skill set, but he just goes long periods of time just not fighting well. Like I think that's my issue with him. Like, cause Vlog, like if you're a good fighter,
I know what you're saying.
You're gonna put out a good product.
It's like you turn a clean fight into a messy fight for no reason.
Yeah, I'm up in the air on Worley, but I'm actually gonna do some homework on Worley. I'm talking maybe last 5 fights, and I'm gonna really break them things down because I really need to know who the real Fabio Worley is. I really don't know. I really don't know.
What you calling Jekyll and Hyde?
He's Jekyll and Hyde for real.
I get you. I understand.
Really don't.
I'm looking at his fights in my mind right now, and I'm like, damn, I see what he's saying.
Because I'm like, can Fabio Worley put a good performance together from beginning to end? And that's what's needed against a guy like Dubois. Like you have to weather that storm the first 2 rounds, and then you got to do what you said, Vlog. Like you got to keep it simple. You got to keep it simple, and you got to make it easy. Don't make it difficult. Fabio Worley's a very difficult person to evaluate, man. Like he's very difficult, but there's very few guys that I think are difficult to evaluate, and I go back and I actually evaluate him. But I think he's worth the evaluation because I do think he has a good skill set. It's almost like he don't be believing in his skills, vlog. Like it's like he be second guessing in there, and it's like once he figures it out, that's when he has these great moments. Like when he just let things flow.
I think you know what he reminds me of? He's like a pub dude, one of them pub guys that get into the little brawls that they be having, that soccer type of fan, but he actually can box. And he resorts to the street fighting and relies on his testosterone and his moxie and it has to come back in situations instead of like, yo, let me just keep this dude at the end of the jab. Let me walk around, you know what I mean? Let me pivot. Let him walk into something. Instead of forcing it, I miss, get countered. Next thing you know, I'm wobbly and I'm in the weeds now. So he's that kind of dude. I know what you're saying. So like I said, keep it simple. He's got an excellent jab. Now that's one thing I will give him the edge in right off the top of thinking about each dude. He has the better jab. So if he can out jab him, rely on that jab, let the right hand come to him, it can make it. I think he can get rid of him in 7.
Yeah, I might change my mind, but at this moment, the only reason I'm picking Dubois is because I have more confidence that Dubois can catch lightning in a bottle early versus Worley putting the whole project together from beginning to end. So that's just where I'm at right now. But it's definitely like 55-45 Dubois for me. But I'm gonna do some homework and when the fight gets closer, we'll do a breakdown, a prediction video again closer to the fight. But we're gonna close this thing out, man. Hour 7 minutes long, man. Very productive and efficient. Episode 20 of Throw the Hook podcast, man. Boxing First vlog, please give them your social media, let them know what's going on with your player.
Man, I have just dropped 2 reaction videos. Y'all tap into them. I got in a little bit deeper, you know what I mean? Kind of got my, like I said, put the 10-4 Kufi on for a couple of them situations, and y'all tap into that. And I'm gonna be posting, and I'm just, you know what I mean, letting the fight calendar unfold itself. You know what I mean? Letting the fight work lay itself out. We gonna tackle it. You dig? So tap into the channel, Boxer First Vlog. You see it on your screen. I appreciate all the support. Drop a comment, hit that like button, man. I'm trying to really get the channel active in the algorithms because as you can hear, I spit my 1-2. I'm very knowledgeable of this sport, and I actually know how to fight too. You know what I mean? So tap in with me. That being said, I'm on Instagram and I'm on Threads. You know, Threads is my ex. So tap into me. Y'all hear some comments. I call Ryan Garcia and his followers the dumb leading the stupid.
What? Oh man. Hey, damn, I forgot what I was getting ready to ask you, Blood. That video that I dropped with the
Me and
top
you?
10, the first one, the top 10 pound for pound one. They kind of getting at you in the comment section, bro. So I don't know if you want to take a look or just let it go. But
because they're gonna see my boxing top 10 is fluid throughout what happens in the sport. It's not set in stone. But you can't argue with the top 5. Top 5. You can argue Bam.
Yeah, they argue. Okay, no, they argue Bam. All of them argue Bam.
All right, well I'll give y'all Bam. I'll give y'all Bam. Take Xander out. I'll give y'all Bam.
Yeah, okay.
And I agreed to that on the show, so they got to tap into the show and they can see I'm fluid with it. I'm willing to take critique and be like, all right, OG, you kind of gotta. I feel you. You know what I mean?
I put it in the description as well, like your actual top 10 from top to bottom. So I just wanted to point that out to you though.
I appreciate you.
Hey, Legend, man, give me your social media and all that. Let them know what you got going on, brother.
Yeah, man. Facebook, Todd Finney, man. Podcast in this corner. Like I said, fresh off an interview. Get ready to drop the clips, man. So stay on the lookout for that for sure.
Nasheed, Sugar Sheed Smith.
Yes, sir. Out the Headbangers Gym out there in DC. Great coach and Barry Hunter, returns in a few weeks on the 21st. So nice upcoming heavyweight, undefeated, a lot of power. So stay on the lookout for Sugar Sheed.
Big shout out to Sugar Sheed, man. Big shout out to the Headbangers Gym, man. Legend definitely got some clips coming out, some interesting clips coming out from the interview. Interview's about a little over 30 minutes long, man. Solid interview for sure. Sugar Sheed to be back in action on the 21st. And for me, everything G5 Jeff TV, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, I think X, it's G5 Jeff TV. And just subscribe and just continue to tap in with us. But before we go, I just want to give a shout out to my guy Antonio T. Woods, man. He is on the undercard of the Zuffa card for F.A. Ajagba and Charles Martin. Kid he fights out of the Iowa, Minnesota area. And he is, I think he's 13-1 or 14-1. He's a middleweight. Been watching him since the beginning of his career, man. Real solid dude, man. So congratulations to Antonio T. Woods, for getting the opportunity and being on Zuffa Boxing, being on the big stage, man. So big shout out to him. And we're gonna leave it there, man. So on behalf of everybody, favorite OG, Boxing First Vlog, in this corner boxing, aka Todd Finney the Legend, and your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. This is episode 20 of Throw the Hook podcast, man. We'll be back Thursday. We'll be back with episode 21. And I'm pretty sure the way boxing going right now, it'll probably be some new news for us to tap in on. So we'll be back Thursday, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with episode 21. On behalf of the staff, peace out.
Peace.
Peace.